Let's take you to the Eastern Cape now, where rail infrastructure is in shambles with Prasa and Transnet dysfunctional. The Provincial Transport Department says it's a victim of vandalism and theft, with trains not running since last year. Other than transport is under huge strain. Reporter Ronald Masinda is tracking the story for us and joins us now for more. A very good morning to you, Ronald. And I mean, it's a story about Prasa and rail infrastructure that has culminated throughout the entire country. But with a focus on the Eastern Cape and where you are right now, how dire is the situation, and is there a sense of confidence in that it can be repaired?
Rafael, good morning. Where we are at the moment, we are at the East London train station, where many trains here in the metro have been parked. Trains are nowhere to be seen at many train stations. This after train services were suspended on the 15th of August. This is an issue across the province. We also understand that in Gqeberha, at the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality or metro, the train services there have also been stopped. This happened on the 22nd of August. Now, as you can imagine, this is having a negative impact on those who are relying on trains. From the stories we've heard, some people have been coming to train stations only to find out that train services are no longer available. The impact of it is that now they have to rely on other modes of transport, like the taxis, where they have to pay more money. And given the current state of affairs in the country with fuel prices, this is also impacting on those relying on the economy of driving or transporting commuters to work and school and other areas of society. But at the moment, we are joined by a Metro Rail regional spokesperson. Mimi, thank you so much for your time. I mean, how did we get to this point?
Good morning, Ronald. Thank you for having me. As a region, we were affected by the vandalism that has been happening in the provinces. We know that Prasa has been hit by the scourge of infrastructure and rail network vandalism. And now we find ourselves not being able to operate our services and give service to our commuters. And we have 7 e-locomotives that we have in the region that were acquired solely for the use of our commuters. But now we find them parked because our network is not suitable now to operate electric locomotives.
How is this impacting on staff and the business here at the train stations?
The staff is very panicky. Obviously, we are coming to the region to work. Those who are working in the offices are continuing to work because work must happen. And the ones that are operational, we are having training that is happening, awareness training and refresher trainings. You must remember that train drivers, they must have a valid license. So now if they are not using their license, it's going to expire. So now to keep it active, they have to come and do refresher trainings. And customer services, we are going to have new ticketing devices that are going to be introduced. Now we have been training them on those machines so that when we do resume the service, we don't have anything that is going to hinder our operations.
You mentioned the issue of the contract with service providers, but now there's a bigger issue of vandalism. How long will this take in order to ensure that trains are running?
We were assisted by Prasa head office by getting at least locomotive, which is a diesel one. The diesel locomotives we can operate, but now we had to terminate the service because the contract had expired. Prasa head office is working tirelessly to get the region to have the resources that they need in order for us to resume our services. Once all the process has been finalized, then we will have the services ongoing.
How much, perhaps if you can estimate, will this cost in order to ensure that trains are running?
I'm not in a position to give you figures. That is done in head office.
All right. Finally, how are we going to resolve this mess? Because at least what is a good sign now is to see private and Prasa security in place. How long will this continue in terms of people getting, reliable rail service?
When it comes to security, we are working with law enforcement agencies. We have our protection services, rail, police, and we have other enforcement agencies, law enforcement agencies, and also Transnet, who is the network operator in the Eastern Cape. They are working hand in hand in protecting the network, in guarding it from the vandals.
Right. Mimi, thank you so much for your time. That was Mimi Katsayo. She is the regional spokesperson for Metro Rail. We also had a conversation yesterday, Rufio, with the MEC for Transport, and he also made mention of the importance of a reliable rail network here in the province. Also, some of the issues that are facing the province are also on the roads, where there's quite a lot of, vehicles on the roads, and this will also ease the burden on the roads if the rail system is working effectively.